everyone, and welcome back to the Taiko World Cup 2025 quarterfinals. I'm Dryad X, joined by Bronze Crank for United States versus Chile.
Woo. This is a really exciting matchup. I am so excited to see how these quarterfinals winners bracket matches go off here. See the US in the 3 seed, Chile in the 6 seed, and these two teams have quite a bit of history with each other. This is, I believe, their 8th time overall meeting each other in the Taiko World Cup, and they have had quite a history in those meetings. The US has won 6 of the last 7 meetings against Chile. However, I think they've been, relatively closer lately, especially as Chile has really started to come into their own as a Taiko World Cup team. If you watched last year's Taiko World Cup, you know the US was actually the team that knocked Chile out of the tournament in the round 5 of the losers bracket. US beat Chile 6-2. So Chile might have a bit of a chip on their shoulder here. They want to get revenge for that and take a win in this match. But we'll see if the US will let them do that.
Yeah, out of all the teams in TWC to have a vengeance against, the US is certainly one of the last ones I would want it to be.
Absolutely.
They've been a monster of a team for a long time.
Yeah, and that is not looking to change this year. This US team has a lot of depth to it. I think all 5 of these players are really scary to face. I think, they have just this huge versatility that makes it so difficult to try to find maps that you can really beat them on.
Yeah.
We do see the bans coming out here real quick. Chile banning out Hard Rock 1, US banning out Fremod 1. Both, I think, pretty solid bans there.
I would say Fremod 1 is a bit of an interesting one, just because, it's been a fairly consistent chart for a lot of players.
Yeah.
So, I can understand the theoretical standpoint of maybe they're afraid of how even it is, but even still, it's not a very common ban to see.
Yeah. The US did ban out Nomad 1 last week, so maybe they just want to avoid maps they view as sort of accuracy battles.
Yeah.
Chile though is a really strong Fremod team though, which I think is a bit interesting that Fremod 1 was the ban, if that's the case, rather than Fremod 2. Chile last weekend, I think notably, was the only team who was able to put up 3 hidden Hard Rocks on that Fremod 2, and blew pretty much every other score out of the water in that regard. So we are on to this first pick here from the US, the Nomad 6. I think the most standard tech map we have in the Nomad pool. Interested to see how this one goes. Both these teams, I think, are pretty competent when it comes to tech. But I do think the US does have an advantage here. They are a really strong tech team. We see Mini Lamp, Silver Tyrant, and Pet in for the US here. And Uko, Chiba, and Muchi in for Chile.
I've not been able to see this map yet. It just has not been picked in any of the other matches I've really seen.
It's I think pretty standard tech stuff. You just got a lot of dense mixed snappings. It's nothing too crazy. We have a few kind of techie-ish maps in the Nomad pool, but I think this one does stand out to me as the most traditional of them. At least the one that my brain can comprehend the most. As a certified non-swing enjoyer.
That swing is so good.
My fingers disagree, unfortunately. We do see an early accuracy lead here for the US. There's a bit of accuracy drops here, especially on Muchi there, dropping below 99 a little bit here. On the US, on the other hand, Silver Tyrant still holding an SS about halfway through the map, and Mini Lamp and Pet not too far behind. And Ulko actually going to find a break here for Chile as well, so that lead is going to solidify for the US here. really, really rough spot to find a break as well. And now...
Yuchi picking up a couple 100s.
Yeah. Chiba, I think the only one really holding super solid for Chile here. Uko's AC is really good here, but unfortunately that miss is going to hurt. Pet has dropped down to the low 99 accuracy range for the US, but I mean, Silver Tyrant is still holding an SS right now, which is just crazy to me. I know the US pulled off a 1 SS score last weekend on the Nomad 2. I wonder... Oh!
So close.
I jinxed it. Chiba actually going to find a break there, though. Kind of trading that off there.
These are all insane scores to see put up by teams. When your worst score in a... Here is... I guess... It's still a 972. I thought it was Holko for a moment, but...
Yeah.
2 miss being the lowest score across the board is absolutely insane to see.
Yeah, that's... I mean, both these teams were putting up really solid scores on Tech all tourney, but to see that they can still keep it up now that the difficulty's ramped up a bit, really impressive to see. And immediately going into the free mod 2 here for Chile. I was talking them up earlier. Their free mod 2 score last weekend, one of the most impressive team scores I think we saw all last week. And I'm really curious to see if they're going to try to replicate that here. If we're going to see 6 mods coming out from Chile or something close. The US, I do think, has a little bit of trouble going full mod on these tougher free mods. We saw them, I think in qualifiers, they tried 6 modding and ended up only putting on 5 mods to submit. So I'm curious to see if, you know, they'll try to step up to Chile here. We're going to see Teruyama come in for Chile. We see RJ
coming in the US.
This is a pretty tricky map here to put Hidden Hard Rock on. You know, the SV constantly wildly changing here, goes all the way down.
And that is 6 mod.
That is the 6th mod for Chile, not for the US. Mini Lamp just hidden. That is quite ridiculous, though. That is just hidden for Mini Lamp. So, Chile has a little bit of advantage, I believe 60,000 score overall. About, I think, 2% overall accuracy is the difference.
Correct. If it is an FC. With misses, the number starts to change a little bit, but not very much.
Yeah.
But Teruyama already finding a miss.
Ooh. That is pretty rough. This map is just brutal to put Hidden Hard Rock on, though. Like I was saying, gets down basically as slow as Hidden 1, gets up, I believe, faster than Hard Rock 2. And you have that really nasty death stream at the end with the cut SVs that can be so tricky to read. And so far, it's just that one slip up from Teruyama. Everyone else still holding on to their FCs with varying degrees of accuracy here. I was looking askance at Ulko in the corner there, but finally dropping that SS, still holding 99.8 though.
Even with the drop from Teruyama, the Chile is still holding quite strong with the accuracy lead and the mod advantage.
Yeah. Mini Lamp is doing is doing their job on that hidden super high accuracy FC, but Aurora and RJ, Aurora and RJ on that hidden Hard Rock are having a little bit of trouble holding super high accuracy here, despite Teruyama's miss. Still higher accuracy than them both. Teruyama does find another break though, but it's not going to be enough to flip it over quite yet. Teruyama finding another batch of misses. That could make it a bit closer. Still about 15,000 points in the lead here for Chile. That's going to decrease a bit as the combo advantage fully sets in here. It's down below 10,000 points. This slow section not going to throw off Mini Lamp. Oh, it is getting so close. But once Teriyama
the mod advantage cancels out the combo advantage.
Yeah, once Teriyama starts getting that combo back, the mod advantage is going to reassert itself back up to 10,000 points here, but we are into the final Ki. This brutal death stream here. All 6 players handling it quite well. Aurora Phasmata! Oh, that might just do it for the US. We see the mod advantage really asserting itself now after that break. 40,000 points in the favor of Chile. Basically mirroring the US's win on that no mod 6.
Ulko,
what is your problem? Oh, that is ridiculous.
A lot of threes on the side of the US.
Oh my goodness, you are correct. What the?
And hey, that's 69 100s in total. Just want to throw that one out there.
That's pretty nice. That is pretty nice. If you're gonna lose a pick, let it be with 69 100s. I'm always saying this. But
no mod
Chile
in the next selection instantly.
Yeah, Chile looking like a pretty fierce competitor here. Some people might have been worried if you missed their match last week and you just checked the bracket. You know, Chile was taken to tiebreaker by the 11 seed Russia. However, Ulko was absent last weekend. Ulko is, I believe, Chile's strongest player, is their captain. And I mean, we just saw it right there, that almost SSing hidden hard rock on Fremont 2 really showing off.
We're back in the US's wheelhouse though with another tech map. Silver Tyrant, an absolutely insane tech player, and Pet and Aurora are certainly nothing to scoff at either.
Yep. Looks like Chile might be keeping the same lineup here. This is a little bit of a different tech map than we saw in the No Mod 6. This one is a lot more swing focused, so pretty much very focused on these like kind of tight 1-6 patterns, moving between those and the 1/4 snappings. It is really tricky. However, you do have Suisse backing you up and encouraging you, which I think does help for a lot of these players. Here we go, 1-1. Both teams looking really strong on their own picks. Will that continue to be the case? So far, all 6 players looking pretty comfortable in this intro here. We still see a few SS's left on the board. Everyone else pretty much on 1 or 2 100s. We're gonna get into this first Ki here. Chile holding this slight accuracy lead though. I think 1 100 overall on their team. Now 2 as Ulko drops the SS. Chiba still holding it though, matched by Silver Tyrant, but Aurora Phasmata dropping down to the low 99s. Going to give the US a little bit of trouble here, but still less than 10,000 points is the difference between these two teams.
Anyone's game.
Yeah. You know, especially, I think, swing maps, I feel like I just drop so many random misses on them, like Het just did there! Oh my goodness.
Especially with double heavy patterns like this, it's very easy to just misread something and get off.
Yeah. And a pretty decent accuracy drop to go alongside it. So Chile's less than 10,000 point lead now growing to over 30,000 points here as Chiba and Ulko continue to hold ridiculous accuracy and Teriyama not too far behind. US can absolutely come back here, but I think that would require a miss from one of these Chileans, and they do not seem inclined to give that to them. So Silver Tyrant gonna do it, or? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Indeed they do.
That is, I mean, tragedy if you're Silver Tyrant. Putting up a 1 million, putting up an SS on the No Mod 2, only to get beaten by just the absolute powerhouse consistency of Chile here.
9 100s across the board for the side of Chile is insane to see. Ulco with only
ridiculous. Yeah, Ulco with another insane score. Silver Tyrant absolutely give them their flowers, though. That's crazy. And now Chile...
It is a break point for Chile, which is huge against an opponent like this.
The US now needs to find a pick of Chile's to break back if they want to get this match back to even. Lots of... I mean, there's a lot on the line here for both these teams to stay in the winner's bracket, move on to the semifinals. If Chile wins this match, they will guarantee themselves a spot in the winner's semifinals and their highest ever Taiko World Cup placement. And the US wants to avoid being sent down to the loser's bracket early. They want to, you know, honor that 3 seed they have. They want to go as far as they can in this winner's bracket.
Fortunately, getting a bit of a... Chile is using their timeout here, so we got a bit of extra time to sit here and talk.
Yep. So, we've taken out basically the 2 no-mod tech picks here, and that Hard Rock 1 has also been removed. So I think most of the techiest maps in this pool are gone, although with how no-mod 2 just went, I'm not sure if the US want to stay with that. However, Chile's also kind of lost that pre-mod advantage I think that they feel really strong in. I think Chile is a pretty strong hidden team as well, but that I think is going to be scarier for them to go into. I think there's more stuff the US can still kind of assert themselves on.
Yeah, at least from my experience, going up against really high-seeded teams can get really difficult just because you don't... It's not a question of what you're good at all the time. It starts being, what are you bad at? Like, what are they bad at? What do you think they will do worse than you on?
Yeah, and the US is kind of one of those teams that just doesn't have much of a
it's
weakness.
really hard. It's really hard to tell. Like, you can't look at the US or Chile for that matter and just go, what are they bad at? You kind of just have to guess what maps individually they are bad at, which can be an absolutely impossible guessing game.
But we are seeing the guess here, Hidden 2 for Chile. This is the fast hidden or speed hidden map, I think, depending on how you want to define it here. And I think pretty much this is a very standard like 250 BPM speed map that you just have to read with hidden on.
Yeah, 250 is a pretty comfortable BPM for hidden, I'd say.
Yeah, and I think all these players up at this seeding should be comfortable with this speed here. Chile's put up some pretty solid scores on Hidden 2s so far this tourney, although I will say not infallible scores. They haven't, you know, been like the #1 scoring Hidden 2 team in the tournament, though they've been up there. So I think if the US is really bringing their A game with Hidden today, I think they could take a break point back here, but we will just have to see.
Well, early 100s, but they're early, so doesn't really matter.
And Chiba's gonna trade him right back. Now we are flickering between these 2 teams here, as I believe the accuracies are probably tied up between the teams, just from a glance.
I believe RJ has gotten 1 extra.
Yes. But 3 SSs also still on the board here. This is also one of the shorter maps in the pool, just over 2 minutes long, so all the mistakes are going to feel that much more extreme! Oh my goodness! Chiba and Muchi both finding a break. Their huge lead now for the US, over 30,000 points, less than halfway through the map. Ulco still holding on to that SS. Aurora Phasmata has dropped it, but the US has cleaned up their accuracies. They are holding on to their combos, and they are looking really solid to get this break point.
Still have about 40% of the chart left, though.
Yeah. Lots of stuff left to break on. Lots of these tricky speed patterns, I think, to get through and read, but like the reading I don't think is necessarily the hard part here. It should be pretty comfortable for all these players. It's gonna have to come down to, you know, like
there are some new patterns here.
Yeah, just a random misread or something of one of these patterns. Still 40,000 points for the US here. It's gonna take probably multiple breaks to swing it back over, or a break and a huge accuracy drop.
Yeah, I mean, with the chart being this fast, 40,000 points can disappear in the blink of an eye if you completely mess up a pattern.
But it doesn't look like that's going to happen here. The map finishes out, and the US strikes back immediately. A trade of break points, and we are back to even.
Indeed, we are. An SS from Olko coming out of it, but
goodness.
This is the second SS we've seen this match so far, in which the SS is on the losing team.
I mean, sometimes it just shakes out that way. Unfortunate too. Chile beat the US's 100 count. If Chiba and Muchi didn't find that pair of misses, Chile would have been able to consolidate their breakpoint. Instead, they now have to look for another place to find advantage, which gets harder and harder as the map pool winds down. Is their pick, though? Or no, it is the US's pick, I'm sorry.
It's actually just a best of 7 now.
Yep. First to 4 points here. Possibly giving these teams, you know, a little bit of deja vu. I think prior to their last matchup, almost all of their matchups beforehand have been in the group stages of Taiko World Cups. Most of those were first to 4, so now, you know, really, really pumping up the history. Curious here.
It'll be interesting to see what they go for next.
Yeah,
the
Nomad 3. So going for the speed pick here, the double BPM map.
I do feel like I see this a lot whenever I watch the US play. They end up just picking a whole bunch of nomads, even though they can put up absolutely insane modded scores.
Possibly just feeling nomad is a bit safer for them, a little bit less like possibility of just misreading something.
Yeah.
I think this is a very funny speed map because it is double BPM. It plays a bit different, I think. This is a essentially 292 BPM speed map, although you can choose to, I guess, think of it as 146 instead if you're like, I don't know, crazy. We're seeing Muchi come back. Oh no, not Muchi come back. We're seeing subs on the United States. I'm losing my mind currently.
I do always love to see some Umeboshi Chazuke.
We do love to see it. Get right into it. This first Ki coming in so quickly after the start, but all 6 players not really having any trouble with it. I think Fuchu was the only one to find drops there.
Yeah, Lamp found one just a little bit after, but...
Yeah, and these Ki's, I think it really is sort of this like inhale, exhale motion almost. Like, you have these nice kind of slower, calmer sections, mostly just, you know, 146 BPM streams, some 1.6 coming in, and then all of a sudden the Ki's hit and you just have these like dense 1/8 patterns you have to get through.
Yeah.
Oh, Het actually going to find a break there. That is going to be very interesting here for the US now. Chile going to take the lead here, still holding on to 2 SS's as well. Silver Tyrant matching it, but Chile looks so strong right now. Very few drops of any kind on their side, and this combo advantage is going to continue to do wonders for them here. Chiba does drop the SS. Ooh. So it is traded here. Chiba dropping quite a bit of accuracy, actually, going down to tie pet for the lowest in the lobby. Although, when the lowest in the lobby is still 99.6.
About 30% of the chart left. 15,000 points the lead for Chile.
A little bit of a break here into this Ki. And maps this fast, things can change just in an instant on any of these bursts, but players looking a bit more comfortable now. Combos all holding.
Slowly dropping, it seems.
Yeah, but not quick enough if you're the US. The lead's still above 10,000 points here. Ulko's still holding on to that SS in the last seconds of the match. The lead now just below 10,000. It's flickering around that spot, but unless Chile finds a big accuracy drop in the last seconds here, it's not going to flip over.
It was really close, but 9,165 points being the final difference, and yet another SS from Ulko.
Oh my goodness.
That one miss really just being the big issue for the United States there. Once again, ending with similar to last map. A lower 100 count on one side, but the miss just being too much to compete with the accuracy of the other team.
Yeah, that is just brutal there for the US. So a third breakpoint in the row. Chile now finding themselves back in the driver's seat here, and possibly a pick I think maybe they were expected to be a little bit weaker at. I don't think Chile is a good speed team, but not necessarily the best in the tourney. And now going immediately into the slow hidden. So not being afraid of how hidden 2 went. They're going back into the real hidden tester here. The Daria core hidden. I'm really excited to see how this one goes. I think neither of these teams have had the opportunity to play a slow hidden map yet this tourney, and if you don't count qualifiers. But Chile looks really scary on hidden.
We are out here getting the glorps.
This is such a tough hidden one as well. It is so slow. Like, the fastest part of this map are still like 144 BPM equivalent, which is still like kind of tricky to read if you are a slow hidden player.
Yeah, forgive my commentary on this one because I'm not exactly the best slow hidden reader.
No, I cannot read hidden this slow either. I like played through this map and I was like, no, I can't do this. I think I got like 70k.
Barely played the game in the past 3 years, and they tell you the times I have played the game have not been slow hidden.
Yeah, no. But the actual mechanics of this map aren't too bad. It's pretty much just like standard kind of low 5-star like semi-tech. You know, you have some like 1.6, 1.8s in there. It's at 128 BPM, so none of them are too straining or stressful. You have like a funny little swing section in the middle to deal with. But I think mechanically, it really shouldn't pose any kind of a problem to these players. It's just going to be, can you read like 120 to 130 BPM equivalent, which is where most of this map resides. We do see some accuracy drops early on here, especially from Teriyama on Chile's side, dropping below 96. But Aurora and RJ also having a little bit of trouble here, preventing the US's lead from growing too big. And Minilamp still holding on to an SS as well, does drop it though.
First Ki.
Now that the kind of tech sections have come in here, we are seeing...
finding a miss.
Oh, boy. Yeah, we are seeing Chile's accuracy lead very much assert itself. Teriyama's accuracy has recovered quite a bit since that intro. Chiba still above mid-99. Ulko climbing above 99, but Teriyama does find a miss there. So, Lead's not going to be too big here for Chile.
Yeah. And another miss from Mini Lamp makes that lead even bigger.
Yeah, Mini Lamp having some trouble here on this swing section. Now 40,000 points almost is the lead for Chile. Tereyama still the only break there. Oko and Chiba holding pretty solid accuracy FCs. And RJ and Aurora is holding on to combo, but Mini Lamp finds another break, and RJ and Aurora aren't holding on to the kinds of accuracies that Oko and Chiba are.
Indeed.
Oh, this section's so slow.
And even if Chile were to drop a miss in that section,
Yeah,
this kind of score lead is not one miss is not enough. You need an act drop to go with it.
Yeah, an act drop, and it's probably going to happen to multiple players at once as well. 80,000 points is the lead for Chile now, and they show no signs of slowing down, although the map may beg to differ. Is Ki not giving these players too much trouble here? I think this Ki is a little bit faster.
Also,
Oko
finding a lot of misses. A lot of misses.
Big chain miss there, but still 50,000 points. It wiped out about 30,000 points from Chile's lead, but it's not going to be enough. Chile takes that pick and now has consolidated the break point and is looking to move forward here.
Shibamasu with only 3 100s is absolutely insane score to put up on this hidden.
Nasty, nasty score from Chiba there. Yeah, Ulko was holding really solid accuracy, the best in the lobby until, or second best in the lobby until those misses.
Yeah, luckily for Teruyama, both of their misses were pretty early in the chart as opposed to Mini, who was missing throughout. So the combo was really able to get back up for them.
Yeah. Now, US really on the back foot here. They really need to find a break point. They don't want to let Chile run away with this match, send them to the loser's bracket early. And Chile feeling pretty confident here. They've got a really nice amount of momentum behind them. I think the US still has some picks they can go to, though. I think it's tough now, though, because, like, I would say I think the US has, you know, a decent advantage on speed, but after the breakpoint on Nomad 3, it's tough to say. Nomad 5 is a skill set we have not touched on yet, though. The pure stream map.
I mean, on one hand, at least it's better to get this out of the way before match point, if you're thinking of that mindset. Because this with nerves is bad.
Yeah. And both teams, I think, shouldn't have too much of a problem stamina-wise here. I was a little worried for Chile, because Chile has had a tendency at times to just kind of have like a really strong top 3 they put in for most picks, but I think Chile's been subbing around enough that the stamina should be fine on all their players, same for the US. This is almost 4 minutes long here, I believe the longest map in the pool, not counting tiebreaker. This is a very, very interesting 7-star 205 BPM stream map. Awkward patterns throughout for these players to deal with and almost no breaks. I believe this is also like the first stream map these teams have played this tourney, so this is a bit of a risky pick for the US, you know. You don't really know how good Chile is at this kind of pick. You just know the kind of scores you've been putting in your own sheet.
But here we go. Buckle up, everyone, because we're in for the long haul.
I mean, at least it's like, I wouldn't say a banger, but it's like a jammer, you know?
Oh! You're actually finding a lot of misses there.
Yeah,
ooh, that was a big lock.
Really nasty there. I mean, that's just the kind of thing that can happen to you on stream maps like this. You miss one note and that's like, well, I don't know where the pattern is anymore.
Yeah. And 30,000 points is a huge lead for this early in the map.
Yeah, especially with how long this map is, like the combos these players are going to be able to reach. Oh boy. But I think not all hope is lost. This map, I think, only gets tougher. The patterns only get longer as it goes on. All Chile needs is for someone on the US to find a chain miss, and this is the exact kind of map that you would expect that on. So far, accuracies across the board, aside from Muchi with those misses, and even then I think Muchi's 100 count is probably really solid right now. Accuracies across the board look so strong. First big stream here.
Another miss from Muchi, but gets back on quickly.
Yeah, still an accuracy drop to go alongside it though, which is unfortunate. First big stream is done here.
Already halfway through.
And we still see 3 SSs on the board here, as well as really high accuracies from Pet and Teriyama.
And RJ, of course, dropping the SS in the slow section.
It's still a bit of a nail biter here. The long streams
Muchi.
towards Muchi
and Teriyama dropping.
Teriyama. Oh, that might be tougher to recover from. That lead's going to get up to around 100,000, I think, before the combos get back up to cap here. Ulko also dropping the SS. Silver Timer, the only one remaining perfect in the lobby. As we approach the final big death stream of the map here.
These triplets can be very difficult depending on your playstyle.
Yeah. As a KDDK player, I don't like these triplets.
Me neither.
I don't like them at all. And here we go. 501 notes. Can these players hold all the way through? The US has a lot of cushion to work with here. They can afford a chain miss. They might even be able to afford 2. But
yeah, but you don't want to risk it.
Yeah, you really don't want to risk it, especially with how long this stream is. If you have trouble getting back on, there is nothing coming to save you. But these players all look so confident right now. Just zero instability from anyone but Muchi. Oh no. Silver Tyrant. SS. Oh my goodness.
An incredible score to come out. And 4 100s from RJ, 3 from Pet, and 1 from Ulko as well. I'm not gonna lie, when it got to the end there, I was mostly just looking at Ulko's act to see if it would hit 99.99.
Oh, I think we would have... Oh, what... I'm not doing the math in my head right now.
Me neither.
What combo.
It might be 2,500.
It might be. But, oh my goodness.
And
the US, pretty big statement on that pick there.
Yeah, and it's a very important pick for them to get to.
Silver Train Toxic Stream so much, I feel proud. I mean, Nanahita said it best. No mod 4, so Chile staying with the no mod pool. And now, Gimmick is the next pick. The first custom song in the match this late. But this should be really interesting here.
I will say, Gimmick is not exactly a skill set I would want to pick against the United States.
Yeah.
They have always had incredible Gimmick performances for many years.
Yeah, I think this could be coming off of last week's performance. I think the US underperformed a bit on the No Mod 4, and Chile might be looking to see if that happens again. Chile did outscore the US on No Mod 4, although only by about 1,000 points.
Getting our timeout from the US.
Timeout for the US, they're gonna like just quickly scroll through the map again. Listen, sometimes that's what you gotta do.
I have seen people use their timeout to go play the map.
But you gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do. So, after this, where do we think the teams go?
Oh,
This
that's
is Chile's
tough.
pick, so at the very
what if-
least, the United States will get to pick their final map.
Yeah.
But if it goes past that, I wonder what Chile would pick last. I mean, we only have one no mod chart after this.
Yeah, No Mod 1, Hard Rock 2, and the free mods, I believe, are all that's left after this.
The DTs.
The
the free
DTs,
mods.
thank you. I mean, before this match started, I would have said the US has an advantage on speed. I think it's a little bit trickier now after the way No Mod 3 went, but I think they could still certainly look towards DT2 as a possible pick here.
DT2 has turned out to be pretty much an accuracy battle for a lot of teams.
Yeah,
I'd say even teams that haven't looked the best on speed have been putting up like consistent 98, 99s on DT2.
Yeah, it's not that fast of a DT, I think is the main issue there if you want to try to speed abuse. It's only 257. Then, other than that, it's like, I guess you have the fast Hard Rock reading, which I guess that depends on how these teams feel with fast Hard Rock. I think the US is a better Hard Rock team overall, but Chile is definitely not a slouch on the fast Hard Rocks.
Yeah.
It's every pick left feels like a toss-up, and that's such a scary position to be in, especially if you're the US and you end up like having an opponent on match point after this pick.
Mm-hmm. I guess the only real benefit that you have coming out of this match is that this is not the end of the road for either of these teams. Whether they win or lose, they will still be playing next week.
Yeah. But,
Here we go.
You know, the team that loses has to fight out of the loser's bracket, and that is always so scary.
Yeah.
Here we go. I mean, we can talk about this map a little bit as well. It's an SV gimmick map, not the trickiest in terms of SV gimmicks, I'd say, but definitely enough to throw you off. Especially, I think, with the sort of mixed snapping you get throughout the map, it can be really tricky kind of just to figure out exactly what rhythm you're meant to be hitting. At the same time, it's like just reading through these patterns. We're already seeing a few accuracy drops here, but still favoring the US overall, but only by a couple 100s.
Yeah, a lead that we can see switch at any time.
Yeah, get into the first of our kind of low SV sections here. These mixed snappings on low SV can be so brutal to read through. The accuracy lead does flip back over to Chile, but still, it's flickering. It is flickering between these two teams.
Misses.
Oh, that's huge. Ulco was holding huge accuracy for Chile before that section. Now that Ulco has dropped the FC, the US can breathe a little bit easier. About 25,000 points in the lead, but over half of the map remaining. This is not a short gimmick map at all.
No, one of the longest I've seen ever, pretty much. 30,000 points now the lead as we head into the next slow section.
I think these like slow sections, even just the ones that are like just 1/2 snaps, can be so misleadingly difficult because like the notes are just not where you think they are on the beat. Back into these sort of more wavy sections, these kind of like misalignment sections, I'd say. Though this is more just standard cut streams. Here they are. You see like a couple accuracy drops here and there for some of these players, but the US still holding strong, 25,000 points.
Lead has shrunk just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the accuracy is overall still a little bit more solid for Chile, but the US, I think if the US doesn't find a miss, they can take this breakpoint here. And they just have one more slow section to get through. You can see it's slowing down over time. The lead is shrinking just a bit, down to 20,000 points, but Ulko finds another break. And I think that is going to do it. Believe the US is going to take the breakpoint back.
Tense ending.
Oh, the ghost tapping, it was like my heartbeat.
Yeah. But 3 FCs coming from the side of the United States, 2 from Chile, but Ulko with those misses, even though they had the best 100 count on their side. It means we go into the final picks at a tied game.
Yep, both teams will have one more pick to make here. And tiebreaker hype could be coming up. I feel it. I feel it a little bit in my belly. This is by far the closest match these two teams have ever had. And, you know, the stress really starting to compound now.
And what will the US's final pick be? Will we finally see them head into the mod pool, or will they just pick no mod 1?
There's no way they use all 5 of their picks in the no mod pool.
I would believe it, I'm not gonna lie.
They banned out no mod 1 last weekend. They might be scared of going into it.
They're breaking away and heading into DT1 for their final choice.
The accuracy focused DT here. 188 BPM, so not necessarily, you know, the fastest of double time picks, but certainly one of the trickiest. OD 6.2 before DT. I believe that goes up to like, what, 9.5-ish, I want to say?
Somewhere around there. I think it might be a little higher, but it's around there.
And this is some pretty nasty stuff to hit at that timing window. You know, you have some pretty dense bursts along with these like mixed 1.6, 1.8s that come around and just really mess you up. This is, I believe, the first time this is the first time the US is playing a DT map at all this tournament outside of qualifiers.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, they missed out on both of the DT maps last weekend, and we're not able to play their match in the round of 32 on account of a forfeit. Now, RJ Silva, Tyrant, and Pet in for the US, Ulko, Chiba, and Tereyama in for Chile. Shout to Caravan Palace, banger song, banger song. We are seeing an early accuracy lead form here just in the intro for the US, though.
Yeah,
that
those patterns are very weird to hit. Not exactly hard, but they're certainly odd.
Yeah, and especially like just coming in right at the beginning of the map, you have
with no lead in. You're not used to the BPM yet, you just have to play it.
Yeah, it's like, just hit these groups of 6. Screw you. So far, that accuracy lead for the US is holding here. Chiba and Tereyama both still kind of in the mid-98. Oh boy. That is going to erase the accuracy
We'll switch lead over, but it's a matter of, can Chile hold that accuracy?
Yeah, Chiba and Tereyama recovering just a little bit here, although now that we're out of the Ki...
a lot of 100s dropped by a lot of players.
Oh, it is flickering between these two teams. The lead is only a couple thousand points back into the Ki. And RJ still the only break. We're more than halfway through the map already, and it's so close. The lead flickers back over to the US. RJ is almost at combo cap here.
Hitting it right now.
Oh my goodness. So, the combo advantage is no more here. It is down to accuracy once again. 100s dropped by both sides here. The score continues to flicker between these two teams.
It's really close.
Oh,
only a quarter of the chart left.
And both teams forced to look at how close it is as well. The nerves are insane. Into this final course here. And that's
Lead
huge.
is growing for the US.
Yeah, huge crops of 100s being dropped by Chiba and Terayama here. The US now back to that 15,000 point lead they had from the intro. We're in the outro here. If there's no big breaks, the US will take it.
RJ with that one missed section, but still being able to hold on outside of that.
Yep.
And just all around really good scores from so many players.
And Chile now onto their final pick, the final pick of the match.
Yeah.
They need to win this to force tiebreaker. Oh my goodness. What do they go to here? Nomad 1, Hard Rock 2, or DT2?
Oh, it's a very, very hard choice to make.
My gut says go for the Nomad 1 coin flip. I think DT2 is a bit too scary, especially considering how DT1 went. Although DT2 is more of just a straightforward, like, speed accuracy challenge. And I don't know, I'm getting bad vibes from Hard Rock 2.
Chile banned Hard Rock 1, which doesn't necessarily mean that they're not confident. It doesn't mean that they're not confident on Hard Rock 2, but it is very rare you see a team ban one map of a mod and then pick the other. The only one you really see that is banning Hidden 1 and picking Hidden 2.
Yeah. However, I think the US had like a ridiculous performance on Hard Rock 1 last weekend. They might just be scared of that.
But they are going for it.
Yep, and I was going to say, Chile last weekend also put up a much better performance on Hard Rock 2 than Hard Rock 1. So here we go.
Both of these teams are very, very strong in the Hard Rock pool.
Yeah. And this is a very fun, I think, Hard Rock 2 song. Like I think it's like very chill and very cute for like a Hard Rock 2 song. It's like just kind of like the cutesy breakcore instead of, I feel like I'm used to Hard Rock 2 being like very J-core. Open OD 9.1. I believe this is 7.2 stars now in the new Taiko star rating system.
I do love the new star rating system, except for the fact that it put a 93 Hard Rock plays by second best play. That's kind of messed up.
I have like such nonsensical low accuracy plays in my
like,
top plays now. It's so funny.
All my tops make sense except for that one specific chart. Everything else is completely fine. But enough about us.
Well, we'll get back to that on a match that isn't 5-4 in the winner's bracket. This is going to be a nail-biter. 220 BPM. The fast parts of this map get up to 242 BPM equivalent slider velocity, and that is before Hard Rock is applied. These teams are going to have to be really solid with their fast Hard Rock reading. I think patterning-wise, this map is
It finds a miss really early.
Oh, that's good for Chile.
Another miss.
Could the US be struggling just a bit here?
Aurora
Phasmata! That's huge for Chile. Actually, Silver Tyrant still holding on to a really high accuracy FC here, but 3 FCs to 1 means Chile has a huge lead early on.
Yeah. So this map gets very, very difficult.
Oh my goodness. And Aurora finding another break there. You see 100s being dropped all around here, but Chile still looking pretty comfortable here at silver. No FCs
It is
remaining.
not looking good for the fans of the United States.
However, for fans of the tiebreaker, it is looking excellent. Chile, 60,000 point lead just over halfway through this map here. Could still flip over. Chile could still find a bunch of breaks, but...
Yeah, this map has the potential to just absolutely drain your score in one section.
Well, will that happen here? Chile has a pretty good record on these fast hard rocks in this tourney so far, and it looks like they want to keep that going here. Silver Tyrant finding another break.
Chibasu breaks once,
but no accuracy drop alongside it. Muchi and Teruyama still holding on to their full combos. 75,000 points is the lead as we head into the outro here. I believe we are going to see it. I believe chat already knows. We are in for a tiebreaker in the winner's bracket. Please get hype in the chat.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Really strong FCs there from Muchi and Teruyama. At 7 100s. Also,
just those
really,
two misses
really
at the
strong.
beginning. But wow, here we go.
Oh boy.
Tiebreaker number 4.
This has been a weekend for them, hasn't it?
And we still have another day ahead of us.
Alright, everyone get hyped up. This is the custom song by Supire. You've heard it 3 times already this weekend. The Ulco's trying to call timeout here. I don't remember if they get an extra timeout in case of tiebreaker.
I feel like they might. I feel like I remember something like that. But I could just be straight making that up. I'm not gonna lie.
Timeout has already been used. Alright, we... There is no time to shake off nerves to these teams. This is a quite interesting map as well for tiebreakers. It is 172 BPM, and I think a lot of the map really comes down to like just 172 BPM streams that have some 1.6 mixed in them, and then you just have like a couple odd, like techier sections to throw you off. I think this is a tiebreaker that if you have practiced it, if you have played it before, which I'm not sure if any of these 6 players have, I think it is reasonable to throw mods onto.
That's just a question of will we see them?
Yeah.
Playing it with mods when you're practicing is a completely different ballgame than doing it with tiebreaker nerves on hand.
Yeah.
But here we go. Into
No Chile has been a scary free mod team. We are.
I see.
We are going to see it.
See 2 on each side.
4 mods. Oh my goodness. Mini Lamp and Aurora with hidden. Ulco and Chiba with hidden. No mod advantage for these teams. We are seeing 4 mods on this tiebreaker.
4 is a very wild number to be seeing in a quarterfinals tiebreaker. And Aurora already finding an early miss.
Oh boy. This first intro section is a bit slow though. I can see this being definitely tricky on hidden, although Chiba and Ulco probably would disagree here. Look at those accuracies. Okay, well look at Chiba's accuracy.
I mean, 1/100 in that section with hidden is still pretty good. And Chiba mistiming all of those cats.
As can happen.
As can happen. Here we go.
Into the streams. This is such like a nerve-wracking song too. This kind of just ominous dubstep. Chile, pretty decent lead so far early on here, mostly off the back of that early break by Aurora.
I mean, Aurora's accuracy isn't doing the best either.
Yeah, still trying to climb back up here, and it's tough.
Ulko finds a miss.
But no corresponding accuracy drop. So I believe advantage should still be in Chile's favor here.
Aurora finds a miss.
Ooh. Kind of a hefty one
And
as well.
3 misses.
Ooh. Mini Lamp and Teriyama trading there as Aurora finds a second break. So still 1 FC to 1 FC now. Teriyama finds another break, but the end result here is a huge lead for Chile, over 40,000 points.
Yeah.
It's the accuracy advantage that's doing it. All 3 players on Chile holding
as well as the fact that the FC on Chile's side is with a mod, while Silver Tyrant is no mod.
Absolutely.
But Chiba finds a miss at the very start of the slow section.
It happens. It
happens.
Oh my goodness. Silver Tyrant now the only one holding an FC in the lobby on the no mod 99.5 accuracy play. But I think it's going to take a little bit more than that to flip this lead back over from Chile's side.
For sure.
It is shrinking, but I think it's going to stop somewhere around the 20 to 25,000 point mark here. Actually, might be a bit bigger than that if the accuracy continues to go in Chile's favor.
Aurora and Mini not having the greatest time with this section.
There's so
and Mini missing on
much.
the auto.
Oh my goodness, there's so much on the line here as we enter this break, as these players see the gap between the teams. Chile looking for their first winners semifinals match. They're looking for their best ever placement at the Taiko World Cup. The US looking to keep this number 3 seed alive, to keep this winners bracket run alive, to stay out of losers. It is so tight right now. Anything can happen in these last couple of minutes.
Another stream section.
SV is a little bit faster here. Should be a little bit comfier for these players on Hidden. No one on Hard Rock to suffer. The lead stays pretty much in place here as the map gets a little bit techier once again. The US needs to see Chiba finding another break there. The accuracy is eroding just a little bit for Chile, but not quick enough. The lead is staying pretty much in place.
It's Silver Tyrant finally drops.
That might just do it. That might just do it. Mini Lamp and Aurora continuing to find accuracy drops as well. Silver Tyrant dropping the FC. No full combos remaining, but some huge combos on Teriyama and Aurora right now.
That's not over till it's over. There could still be some huge drop in these long streams.
Yeah, these patterns are pretty tricky, especially with nerves here, as these players are all going to find out. Aurora still holding really good combo right here, but it's not going to be enough on its own. There needs to be more misses out of Chile for this score to flip over. But Chiba and Ulko now holding really strong despite Teriyama's drop. The accuracies look so strong for Chile, just like they've been all match long, and that's going to do it.
And the tiebreaker staying true to its nature of the lower seed. 4 for 4 now against higher seeded teams on tiebreaker.
Oh my goodness. Chile, with the upset, locks in their first ever top 6 finish in the Taiko World Cup. The US does unfortunately drop down to the losers bracket as a result, but no skin off their backs. This has been one heck of a match.
Yeah. Seeing 4 mods come in for a tiebreaker is insane.
These teams are so good. These teams are just so
it's
good.
Insane. But someone had to emerge victorious. And in this case, it was Chile.
Their first victory against the United States since 2014.
Oof.
It has been over a decade, but in the time it mattered the most, they came through. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Ooh. Well, I believe that means that Chile will be going up against the winner of Japan versus Malaysia.
They
US
are they are going up against the winner of South Korea versus China.
Okay,
which
there's
is
still
South
more winners
Korea.
brackets. I wasn't sure.
US is going down. They will face the winner of Indonesia and the winner of Turkey, Poland.
Which was Turkey.
So it's Turkey versus Indonesia. That match is happening tomorrow, I believe. Winner of that will face the United States with a chip on their shoulder as well. So do not envy that winner, but should be an exciting match.
Wait, sorry, you said Turkey and Indonesia. Sorry. Yeah, we do not know the result of that yet. It was a stressful match. Out of sorts. But yeah,
goodness.
We'll see who wins that match to go against the United States. That match will be tomorrow. I'm blanking on the time. 11 hours from now, 14 UTC.
And now that we have finished an really, really exciting day of matches here, we got 6 hours until the next one, so everyone can go, get some water, get a nap, get some sleep, because we have a lot more Taiko World Cup coming up and a lot more excitement.
Yeah. We'll see what these last couple matches have in store for us. But until then, we'll be going dark.
Yep.
So until then, cheers.
We'll see you next time. Adiosu.